My name is Briella. I am 23 years old. I live in Indianapolis. I moved here 1 year ago. I came alone. I wanted a new start. I wanted to be happy. But life in the city was not easy. I had no friends here. I had no family here. I worked, I ate, I slept. That was all. The days were long. The nights felt cold. I felt like something was missing, but I did not know what. I found a job at a small car office. I helped a man who sold used cars. I cleaned the desk. I answered phone calls. I gave keys to people who came to see the cars. The man I worked for was kind, but quiet. He did not talk much. The work was not hard, but it was boring. Every day felt the same. I woke up, went to work, came home, and went to bed. I looked out the window and saw people walk by. I wondered if they were happy. I wondered if I would ever feel happy too. One day, something changed. A man walked into the office. He had a form in his hand. He said he wanted to sell his truck. I told him to wait. I looked at him. He was tall and had brown hair. His eyes were green. He wore a brown jacket and jeans. His hands looked strong. He smiled at me. "Your name is Briella?" he asked. I said yes. "Nice name," he said. I smiled, but I felt shy. He gave me the paper and said goodbye. He walked out, and I thought I would never see him again. But the next day, he came back. He said he forgot to sign one page. I knew he did not forget. He just wanted to come back. I gave him the paper. He smiled again. "Do you like working here?" he asked. "It's okay," I said. He looked around the office. "It's small," he said. I laughed a little. "Yes, it is," I said. Then he asked, "Do you want to get coffee after work?" I was surprised. I said yes. After work, we walked to a coffee place. It was small and warm inside. We sat at a table by the window. We talked for a long time. He told me his name was Daniel. He fixed houses with his friend. He had 2 dogs. He liked music and long drives. He asked me many things: where I came from, what I liked to eat, if I liked rain or sun. I told him I liked quiet days. I liked soft music. I liked to walk and think. He listened. He smiled. I felt happy. After that day, we met more. Daniel came to my office often. Sometimes he brought tea for me. He knew I did not like coffee. Sometimes he only came to say hello. We talked before work. We talked after work. He asked about my day. He asked what I ate. I started to smile more. My days were not so empty now. My heart felt light. We went for walks. We sat at the park. We laughed at silly things. One night, we danced on the sidewalk. The street was quiet. The sky was dark. He held my hand. I looked at him. I felt safe. I felt seen. I thought maybe he liked me. I thought maybe I liked him too. But something changed again. Daniel started to act different. He did not text in the morning. He did not ask about my day. He said he was busy. He looked tired. He looked away when we talked. One time he looked at his phone while I was speaking. I stopped talking. He did not notice. I felt small. One Saturday, he said he could not meet me. He said he had work. I stayed home. I made tea. I watched an old movie. That night I opened his social page. I saw a photo. He was at a table. He was with a girl. She was smiling. She touched his arm. He smiled too. I stopped breathing for a moment. I stared at the photo. Then I closed my phone. I sat in silence. I did not cry. I just felt cold. The next day, Daniel came to the office. He smiled at me. He said, "Hello." I said nothing. "Do you want to go for dinner?" he asked. I looked at him. "No," I said. He looked surprised. "Are you okay?" he asked. "I'm just tired," I said. He stood quiet for a second. Then he said goodbye and left. That night, I got a message on my phone. The name was new. It said Eric. "Hi, I'm Daniel's brother," the message said. I waited before reading more. "I saw you today. You looked sad. I don't want to make things worse. I just wanted to ask if you are okay." I did not answer. The next day, another message came. "You don't have to say anything. I just hope your day is better today." This time I answered. I said, "I'm fine, thank you." Eric replied, "Okay, if you ever want to talk, I'm here." We started to talk every day. He asked simple things. "How was work? Did you eat something nice today? Did you see the sun?" His words were soft. He never asked hard questions. He never asked about Daniel. He just talked to me and listened. I started to wait for his messages. One night, he asked if I wanted to go for a walk. I said yes. I did not tell him I felt nervous. I wore a warm coat and walked to meet him. We met near a small park in downtown Indianapolis. He smiled when he saw me. He wore a blue sweater and old shoes. His hair was messy. His smile was real, not big, not fake, just simple and true. We walked slowly. We talked about books and music. He said he liked funny cartoons. I laughed. "You watch cartoons?" I asked. "Yes," he said. "They make me happy." I looked at him. He was not like Daniel. He was not trying to impress me. He was just being himself. After the walk, I went home and sat on my bed. I smiled, not because of Daniel, but because of Eric. His words stayed in my mind. His smile stayed too. That night, I did not feel cold. I felt warm inside. I felt something soft, something new, and maybe something true. Before I share the rest of my story, I need to know, where are you listening from? Knowing someone hears me, understands me, gives me strength. The next morning, I woke up before my alarm. The sun came through the window. The sky was clear and blue. I made toast and tea. I looked out the window. The street below was quiet. I thought about Eric. I thought about our walk. His voice stayed in my ears. I did not feel sad. I did not feel lost. I felt calm. I liked that feeling. At work, I cleaned the desk and picked up the papers. The office was cold, but I did not mind. I worked slowly. I was not thinking about Daniel. I did not look at my phone to see his name. I was thinking about Eric. I smiled once, and the man I worked for asked, "Good day?" I just said, "Yes." That evening, Eric sent a message. He asked if I wanted to go for a walk again. I said yes. We met at the same park. We sat on a bench. We talked about small things. He told me about his school. He worked with young children. He said they were loud but funny. I told him I did not like loud places. He said, "Me neither." I liked the way he listened. He did not speak too much. He waited for me to talk. He made me feel safe. We started to meet often. We walked in the evenings. We sat at coffee places. We talked about work and life. I told him about my old town. I told him about my mother. She lived far away. I missed her, but I was not ready to go back. He said he understood. He told me about his father. His father left when he was young. He said Daniel changed after that. I listened. I felt close to him. One Friday night, Eric and I sat on the grass in the park. The sky was dark. The stars were bright. He gave me a candy bar. "You like this, right?" he asked. I smiled. "Yes, it's my favorite." I looked at the sky and said, "I used to eat this when I was a child. It made me feel better." Eric looked at me. "Do you feel better now?" I looked at him. "Yes," I said. "I feel better when I'm with you." That weekend, I stayed at home. I cleaned the kitchen. I washed clothes. I made soup. I listened to music. My phone was quiet. No messages from Daniel. I did not care. I did not wait for him anymore. I looked at photos on my phone. I deleted the ones with Daniel. I did not want to see his face. I did not want to remember him. I felt free. Sunday evening, Eric came to my apartment. It was the first time. I felt shy. I cleaned the room twice. I changed my shirt 2 times. When he arrived, he brought a small bag of cookies. "I baked them," he said. I was surprised. "You bake?" I asked. He laughed. "Only cookies, nothing else." We ate them with tea. They were warm and sweet. We watched a movie, a slow, quiet movie. There was a song in the movie that I liked. I closed my eyes and listened. I felt peaceful. Eric sat next to me. He did not move closer. He did not hold my hand. He just stayed there. It felt nice. When the movie ended, he stood up. "Thank you for the tea," he said. "And thank you for the cookies," I said. We looked at each other. "Can I see you tomorrow?" he asked. "Yes," I said. After he left, I sat on the couch and smiled. My small apartment in Indianapolis felt warm for the first time. The next day at work, something unexpected happened. Daniel came in. He wore a black jacket and sunglasses. He stood in front of the desk. "Hi," he said. I looked up. I was quiet. "Can we talk?" he asked. "Why?" I said. "I want to say sorry," he said. "For what?" I asked. "For not being honest," he said. "For hurting you." I said nothing. He looked at me. "I miss you," he said. I stood up and walked to the back room. I took a deep breath. I stayed there for a minute. Then I came back. "I don't think I want to talk," I said. He looked surprised. "We had something," he said. "No," I said. "I thought we had something, but you were not real." He tried to speak, but I stopped him. "Please leave," I said. He looked at me for a moment, then walked out. My hands were shaking, but I felt strong. I sat down. I looked at the clock. I waited for the day to end. When I went home, I told Eric about it. I told him everything. He said, "I'm proud of you." I said, "I didn't cry." He said, "You don't have to cry to be strong." A few days later, we went to the big park in the city. It was a warm day. People were walking and eating ice cream. Eric and I sat near the water. He gave me a small paper bag. "What's this?" I asked. "Open it," he said. Inside was a photo. It was a drawing. A girl with brown hair was sitting on a bench. She was smiling. Next to her sat a boy with messy hair. He was holding a candy bar. The girl was me. The boy was Eric. "You drew this?" I asked. He smiled. "Yes, I draw sometimes, only for people I care about." I held the picture close. "Thank you," I said. It's the best gift. We walked in silence. He held my hand. I let him. It felt right. I looked at him. Can I ask something? I said. Of course. So, he said. Why are you so kind to me? He looked at me. Because you are kind too, and because you see me. Most people don't, but you do. I stopped walking. That's how I felt with Daniel. I wanted him to see me, but he never did. Eric held my hand tighter. I see you, Briella. I always did. That night, we sat on my couch again. No movie, no music, just silence. He looked at me. I don't want to rush anything, he said, but I like you. I like you a lot. I looked at him. I like you too. He smiled. Then let's just go slow. Let's be real. I nodded. Real is good. And that was the start of something new, something better. It was a cold morning in Indianapolis. I wore a big coat and a red scarf. I walked to the bus stop and waited. The sky was gray and the wind was strong. I held my phone and looked at the screen. There was a message from Eric. It said, "Good morning. I hope you see something nice today." I smiled. That was something I liked about him. He never said too much, but his words felt warm. We still met almost every day. We talked, we walked, and sometimes we just sat in silence. We did not need big plans. We liked small things. We watched people in the park. We looked at the sky. We shared food. He once brought me hot chocolate in a paper cup. It was sweet and perfect. "This is the best one in the city," he said. I laughed. "You say that about everything," I told him. He smiled. "Only when I'm with you." One Sunday, I met his dogs. One was small and brown. The other was big and white. The small one was named Button. The big one was named River. They were friendly and funny. They ran around the yard and jumped on my shoes. I laughed so much. Eric watched me and said, "They like you. They don't like many people." I said, "Maybe they like people who eat cookies." I gave each dog a small snack. They wagged their tails. We sat in his yard with the dogs. The air was cold, but the sky was blue. I looked at him and said, "You are very different from your brother." Eric looked down and said, "Yes, we are not close anymore." I asked, "Were you close when you were kids?" He nodded. "We were, but he changed. He always wanted more. I wanted quiet. He wanted attention. I wanted peace." I looked at his face. He looked a little sad. I touched his hand. "I like your quiet," I said. He looked at me. "Me too," he said. At work, things stayed the same. The man I worked for said little. The phone rang. People came. People left. But inside, I felt new. I did not feel tired like before. I did not feel lost. I felt full. I thought about Eric during the day. I waited for his messages. I smiled more. I even walked slower, like I had more time. Maybe I did. One evening, we went to a small book sale in a school. The books were on tables. The room smelled like paper and dust. Eric picked up a book and said, "This one looks old." I looked at it. "The pages are yellow," I said. He opened it and read a line out loud. It was a poem. It was simple. I liked it. "Books feel like people sometimes," I said. "They stay quiet, but they still say something." He looked at me. "You say smart things," he said. "No," I said, laughing. "I just feel too much." He said, "That's why I like you." It snowed one night. I looked out my window and saw the street all white. I put on my coat and boots. I walked outside and stood under the streetlight. The snow was soft. It made no sound. I took a deep breath. I felt like the world stopped. Then my phone buzzed. It was Eric. "Are you outside right now?" I smiled. I wrote, "Yes, the snow is too pretty to stay in." He said, "I'm outside too. Let's meet." We met near the bus stop. The snow fell between us. I walked to him slowly. "Hi," I said. "Hi," he said. He looked at my face. Then he said, "Can I kiss you now?" I looked at him. I felt warm. "Yes," I said. He stepped close. He kissed me, soft and slow. The snow fell on his hair. I closed my eyes. It felt like the whole city was quiet just for us. After that, we were together. It was not a big change. It just felt right. We still walked, talked, and shared snacks. But now I held his hand all the time. He kissed my forehead when we said goodbye. He touched my cheek when I was cold. He told me I looked nice, even when I wore old clothes. I told him he looked tired, and he said, "I think about you all day. That's why I can't sleep." We both laughed. One day I got a letter from my old town. It was from my mother. She wanted me to come visit. She said she missed me. I felt sad. I had not seen her in a long time. I showed the letter to Eric. He said, "You should go." I said, "Will you miss me?" He said, "Too much, but I will wait." I hugged him. I held him close. I said, "You're my best thing." I took the bus to my old town. It was far and the ride was long. My mother hugged me and said I looked better. She said, "Your eyes look happy." I told her about Eric. I told her he was kind. I told her he made cookies. She laughed. "I want to meet this cookie man," she said. I smiled. I stayed 3 days. Then I came back to Indianapolis. Eric met me at the station. He gave me flowers, not roses, just small yellow flowers. I liked them more. "I missed you," he said. "I missed you too," I said. That night I gave him a photo. It was of me and my mother. He put it on the shelf in his room. He said, "This feels like family." Weeks passed. We grew closer. He started teaching me how to draw. I was not good, but he said I was getting better. I helped him clean his yard. He helped me fix the light in my kitchen. I showed him how to make soup. He showed me how to slow down. One night, we sat on the floor in my apartment. We looked at old photos on my phone. I stopped at one and said, "That was the day I met Daniel." Eric looked at me. I said, "I don't think about him anymore." Eric said, "Me neither." Then I looked at Eric. I said, "Do you know what I learned?" He said, "Tell me." I said, "Sometimes we chase the wrong person. We give them our heart, but they don't care. And the one who cares is just waiting, waiting for us to look, waiting for us to see them." Eric looked at me. I waited. He said. I smiled. "I see you now," I said. He leaned close. "You've always seen me," he said. And that was the truth. In a big city like Indianapolis, where people walk fast and talk loud, I found someone who stayed quiet, someone who listened, someone who gave love without asking for anything. Daniel did not love me, but his brother did. And this time, I was ready to love him back.